Wells Fargo has to pay $37 million to settle a government lawsuit alleging that the bank defrauded 771 small and medium-sized businesses and banks. According to the lawsuit, Wells Fargo told businesses with foreign exchange transactions, also known as FX transactions, that it was charging them certain fixed rates, but meanwhile, the bank incentivized its salespeople to overcharge FX customers and allegedly conceal these overcharges. Again, allegedly, these incentives created a culture at Wells Fargo where salespeople were comfortable repeatedly defrauding the bank's customers, end quote. Now, again, there's a fine line between excessive cutthroat capitalism and outright fraud. Let's take it back a little bit. If you look at any of the big banks that you see, whether it's Chase, Bank of America, you pick any of them, right? And you break down in their balance sheet, you see where or their income statement rather, where they make the bulk of their money from. They make it from the people with $100 in their bank accounts, with $200 in their bank accounts. The wealthy clients, they get fees waived, they get all sorts of nice treatment, and I get it because they bring a lot of business to the banks that allows them to be a bank in the first place. However, they make just as much, if not more. Actually, they do make more from the little guy, just from charging them overdraft fees, all sorts of crazy fees. So it is already embedded into the culture of banking that you're gonna fee somebody excessively. And at some point, you just become numb to the fact that it may not be ethically correct. Here's one thing I've always said and maintained. I actually wrote a piece for Revolt where I said, Wall Street is full of it's time to hold them accountable. I think this would fall under this category. And again, what I'm about to express is my thoughts alone and doesn't represent all of Bold TV. But again, if you just simply moved your lower end customers into the direction where they could own assets, you can charge them fees on interest and things of that nature versus just keeping them where they go into excessive debt. They have credit and you write it off as bad debt and another round of people will come through the swing door. It's time for the banks to really be responsible with the power and the influence that they have. But again, they don't discriminate. It's not just the little guy. I guess it's the little businesses too. They really don't give a damn. So again, it's alleged altogether from the lawsuit, but it doesn't surprise me one bit. And I think it is time that someone begins to hold these banks and Wall Street accountable for what it is they do with their business practices, which have been shady at worst, predatory at best, and I don't even know how you would categorize either. But yes, let's see how this plays out. But overall, we need to have the banks revisit how they do their business.